Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of What's the Business with yours truly, Soul Cole, your host with the most. This is, of course, your weekly home for everything to do with what's hot and what's going on in the South Bay and in and around the Southland. We are live from Studio 637 in sunny Hermosa Beach, California. And whether you want to hear about local business owners, entrepreneurs, actors, actresses, sports figures, or anything and everything in between, and of course, to see the hottest musical guests every week, you have to tune in right here to What's the Business. Make sure you're subscribing to that YouTube channel. Of course, I cleverly hid it under the title Soul Cole. Got to hit that subscribe and like every episode of What's the Business so you can stay tuned in to what's happening each and every week. Saturdays, 2 o'clock, we're live and direct right here, baby. And today is a very special show because this is our Labor Day weekend episode. And we're going to start things off in a little bit of a different way today, ladies and gentlemen, because you know that we have the most beautiful on-set celebrity mixologist by the name of Sultry Sara, making handcrafted cocktails for all of our interviewees and all of our musical guests every single episode. But she is oh so much more talented than just coming up with those delicious, delicious libations. So she is here today to hang out with us in a new segment right here in the beginning called Facts, Figures, and Things You Might Not Know. So because it is Labor Day and a lot of us think it's just an excuse to get off of work, or maybe it's an excuse to go out and party and to have a day off on Monday. Oh, no, 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 no. That's my Dikembe Mutombo. You like that?
I know, I like that.
No, no, no. There's so much more to it. And Sultry Sara is here to enlighten you on exactly why it is that Labor Day is something that we honor each and every year here in this great country. Take it away, Sultry Sara. What's the business on Labor Day?
Well, the business, Soul Cole, honestly, it's really not that happy of a time of why we have Labor Day, so I'm going to kind of steer away from that, but I will give a little bit into it. But I have a couple questions for you.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I didn't know I was getting quizzed
today. So,
this might not go so well. Damn you, live TV.
Do you know which president and what year that Labor Day was established?
Oh, which president?
As a holiday.
Which president?
Yes.
And what year?
Yes.
Oh, history was never, ever my strong suit. Sorry, Mugford. It was hard for me to pay attention to you. There's people in Vero Beach that know what that means. Gosh. I'm gonna go with Teddy Roosevelt. And I have no idea what year.
It was actually 1894.
Ooh.
And it was Grover Cleveland.
Ooh.
I mean, I guess if anybody remembers anything he did, I wouldn't know. It's Labor Day. But he actually made it a federal holiday after a failed attempt to break a railroad strike. And this is where the unfortunate part comes in. The Pullman strike, which started in Chicago, or Illinois. It was just it ended up being a nationwide railroad strike in that summer. And there were tragic deaths.
Ooh.
Yeah. But other than that, there are interesting facts. So I'm going to move on from that.
Please
Tragedy gun. When is Labor Day observed?
Well, being that today is Saturday and Labor Day is Monday, it's observed a couple of days from now.
Technically the first Monday of September.
That is exactly what I was going to say next.
And it pays tribute to the contributions and achievements of American workers.
Shout out to all the laborers out there.
Kind of because of the strike, but yes. And Cleveland. Okay, here we go. One more. In the late 1800s, at the height of the Industrial Revolution in the United States of America, the average American worked 12-hour days and 7 days a week.
12 hours a day, 7 days a week?
Yes.
Woo!
It gets worse.
Ouch.
In some states, I'm thinking the Midwest. I can say that because I'm from the South, so I can make fun of the Midwest.
Oh.
Children as young as 5 or 6.
5?
Or 6.
Stop playing.
Tragically toiled away in factories, mines, and mills across the country.
Really?
They say
5 or 6 years old.
Yep.
Now, parents out there watching, if you got kids that are giving you some shit about having to do chores around the house, why don't you remind them that they could be working in the mines at 5 and 6 years old, all right? So let history not repeat itself, and shut up, Junior, and take out the damn trash.
Load the dishwasher.
Now. Take out the trash. Moving on.
The dishwasher. Okay, so to finish it up, Labor Day in United States sports also marks the beginning of
football season. Yes.
Football. NFL. Here we go.
Can't wait. Come on.
And
NFL. Miami Dolphins. What's the business? Fins up to all my Dolphins fans out there. And as far as college goes, ready? You gonna do it with me? Whoa, whoa. Garnet and gold, baby. FLORIDA Florida State, Florida State, Florida State. Woo!
All I gotta say is hotty toddy.
Had to get that out.
It's
Had to get that out.
SEC.
Just saying. Knowles all the way, baby.
Also, what I will be bringing out later, in the U.S., Labor Day is considered the last day of the year when it's fashionable to wear white. You'll see what I'm going to come up with shortly. And still, to this day, no one actually knows who proposed the idea of Labor Day. Even though Grover Cleveland established it as a national holiday, nobody knows who actually came up with the proposal.
Perplexing.
Yes, it is. And there you go. That's What's the Business, Soul Cole.
Well, thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, our normal on-set celebrity mixologist, but today our on-set celebrity historian as well, Sultry Sara, ladies and gentlemen. Now, do not go anywhere, because when we come back after this brief commercial break, we are going to have a performance from today's outstanding musical guest, the one and only one-man music, a.k.a. the Fijian phenomenon, a.k.a. the one and only Wise 100 Doors, local Hermosa hometown hero and global sensation. So, don't you go anywhere. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen, because we will be right back with a whole lot more of this Labor Day weekend special edition of What's the Business.
Running low and I'm heading into Vegas, through the desert in the dark pale moonlight. They tell me that this city never sleeps. You can buy anything you want to keep. careful, don't lose your soul. If you do, you'll be gone with it too. Take your money now and leave this town. Fill her up and keep heading south. Head on back to where it is you're from. This is not the kind of town where you belong. So I filled her up and I kept on driving through the night till the break of dawn. I picked a poor girl who was walking. She was bruised up and she couldn't even talk. I asked if she has a name. Through her tears she quietly said, take me far, far away from here. I've lost my soul, my friends have disappeared. I don't know this town or where I'm going. Please help me find my way back home. I've spent all my money and fortune. I've been a slave for quite some time. I miss my dog, my friends and family. Please help me find my way back home. I said, young girl, I don't know where you're from, but I'll take you to a place where you belong, where there's sunshine and happiness around you. You'll find yourself a good resting place. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. Hold on tight, we're going in. You have a good heart and it beats on time. Oh, you're beautiful in my eyes. You have a good heart and it beats on time. Oh, you're beautiful in my eyes. I'll help you find your way back home. I'll help you find your way back home. I'll help you find your way back home. I'll help you find your way back home.
Welcome back to What's the Business, ladies and gentlemen, live from Studio 637 here in Hermosa Beach, California. Yeah, we just enjoyed an incredible performance here in the studio from today's honored guest. That's right, our amazing musical guest, I should say, local hometown hero, and of course, international musical sensation, the one and only Wise 100 Doors is in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, sir. Commonly referred to as one-man music, if I'm not mistaken, or the Fijian phenomenon. I'm not saying that I've heard that from some ladies. I'm not saying I haven't heard it either. But let's talk music, man. Welcome to the program. What's the business?
What's up, man? That's quite an introduction.
Well, you know, I just do what I can, man.
That's
I just
cool,
do what
man.
I can.
Appreciate it.
That was an amazing song, by the way. Can I
Thank
tell
you.
you that's a fantastic song? I mean, I know that it's been played around town before. I know other people have heard it, but never have I seen it maybe quite just so intimate as here in our studio, to see the personal feeling and emotion that you were conveying right there. And, you know, me just being lucky enough to stand behind all these lights and cameras and watch you just exude from your heart and from your soul, man. That was a magical experience. But before we get into your creative process and these type of things, man, I want you to just go ahead and introduce yourself to the world. For anybody who's been living under a rock for some reason, or in a cave, maybe doesn't somehow know who Wise 100 Doors is, please, if you would, sir, introduce yourself to the world. Give us a little bit of background bio, where you came from, how you got into this music thing. Tell my people, what's the business?
All right. My name is Wise 100 Doors. I'm known as the One Man Music, so I'm a one-man band. Originally from Fiji, and live in Hermosa Beach right now. Been definitely new in the music scene, so just been playing music ever since. You know, the moment I figured out that music was what I was supposed to do. You know, I started doing music from then. You know.
So you are originally from the island nation of Fiji, correct?
Yes.
And you came to the U.S. when?
I think 2004. 2004. Yeah.
And was right here in Hermosa Beach, California, the first place you touched down when you landed, or where did you land when you made it over here?
East Coast, man.
The East Coast.
Yeah.
Shout out to everybody watching on the East Coast on YouTube. Make sure y'all subscribe to that Soul Cold channel.
East Coast.
So where did you land on the East Coast when you first arrived here in the U.S.?
Boston Airport, Logan.
Boston Airport. All
It
right.
was cold as hell.
Beantown. Right. So that must have been quite a shock then, coming from a warm, you know, island nation and landing up in the Northeast, up in New England.
Yeah, culture shock.
I bet.
Shocked the hell out of me.
Temperature shock.
Yeah, temperature shock. Culture shock.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's good.
Now, how long did you stay around the upper Northeast part of the U.S.?
5 years.
5 years.
5 years, yeah.
Okay. You still got some tight connections back there?
Yeah, I have a lot of, you know.
You want to shout anybody out that might be watching online over there in the Northeast?
Yeah, shout out to my Boston ruggers out there. Boston, you know, up north from Burlington, Vermont. Junior and Pelly, you know.
Boston Ruggers. Now, I got to ask for a second, just to clarify for everybody out there. If I'm not mistaken, that is the term for people who play the brutal sport of rugby, correct?
Yeah,
Ruggers.
Rugby players, ruggers, yes.
Now, I know you play.
Used to.
Or used to, right? You played for LA Rugby at one point, correct?
Yes.
Shout out to LA Rugby. Those guys
LA
are
Rugby,
ridiculous.
yes.
They play hard and they party hard. I've seen firsthand evidence of both. And did you get exposed to rugby here in the U.S., or was that something you were already a part of before you left home, before leaving Fiji?
That was kind of a main sport back home, you know. Well, it's just like soccer, rugby, cricket, you know. But rugby mostly in the village. You just kick it out with the boys. Just play rugby. So it's a main sport back home. So
have you ever suffered a serious injury from rugby?
Nothing serious. Just fractured rib.
Nothing serious but fractured rib. I'm sorry, what? Nothing serious but fractured ribs. To me, that sounds like something serious, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry. Maybe that's just me. Maybe that's why I don't play rugby. That's too tough for me, man.
Yeah, knee injury. That's about it.
Woo.
Yeah.
Okay. So after 5 years in the Northeast, what happens then? How does Wise 100 Doors depart the Northeast and start to make his way out here to the sunny left coast?
Rugby brought me out here.
Okay.
LA Rugby brought me out here. So
Really?
I wasn't even thinking of music. So when I got here, then I figured out, oh, this is a good place to try and pursue music.
Mm-hmm.
So, and rugby actually opened doors for me to crack into the South Bay. And
Okay.
that's how I started in the South Bay. The old Shockies, you know that.
Oh, yeah.
The old Shockies.
Absolutely.
We were there.
Oh yeah, we were there.
Oh, the
Many
original
times.
Shockies, we were there.
Shout out to OG Sharkies.
Shout out to Clayton and Brock.
That's
you know,
right.
all
Shout out
those
Brock.
old-
Shout out
all
Clayton.
those
What up,
old,
fellas?
Original
business?
Shockies. Yeah, they made it happen for me. So
Absolutely.
those guys, yeah.
So was there a defining moment, a pinnacle moment that you said, okay, like a light went off or something like that? That music, I want to go that direction. I really think that has touched my soul somehow, and I'm gonna steer my ship in a completely different direction and go with this music thing. Was there a defining moment when that happened?
I think it was just the feel, man. It was like it's. I don't know. It just happened, and like I took that road, you know, and just.
Well, let's
never look back.
Let's break it down like this. Who is your earliest musical influence that you can remember in your life?
I listened to a lot of country music growing up. You know,
Country?
folk songs, reggae, Bob Marley being an influence. Peter Tosh,
Okay.
Tooth and the Maytals.
Right.
Any reggae stuff. We grew up in the islands. We listened to a lot of reggae and country, like Kenny Rogers, Dolly Parton, Alabama. You know, all those
Right.
old country, Brooks and Dunn. Ooh, that's old school, man.
Well, I mean, even though there's not a lot of similarities between country music and reggae music, if you break it down to the nitty gritty, it's all about quality songwriting, really, which is something that you are very well versed in and very talented at. So I can see how those styles could influence you.
I'm very new at songwriting. I'm still learning how to write. I never thought I was going to be writing songs. I never even thought I was going to be singing music, doing this. So songwriting is actually, I think it's a craft. So you know, the mature you get, you know, the more you mature with your writing skills. I think because my skills is not, you know, it's there, but
It's there. We
as
all
time,
know that.
I think as time goes by, you know, it'll just polish itself through life experiences and people you surround yourself with. You know, who you talk with, who you talk to, who you listen to. You know, that all take part in the songwriting skills, I think, and the music you listen to.
Well, as your music grew, once you got out here, I know you started performing, but before we get into performance talk, I want to actually bring our celebrity on-set mixologist who hangs out here all the time with us. Yes, we actually have an on-set celebrity mixologist here. Her name is Sultry Sara, and she handcrafts something special for every guest who comes on the show.
Right.
And you are no different. She has handcrafted something special for you. If we could, can we get a round of applause, please, and bring our on-set celebrity mixologist Sultry Sara out here one time. She's got something special for our guest, Wise 100 Doors. Oh, this is for me? Mm-hmm. Oh, why, thank you. Doesn't she look so lovely?
Thank you very
my
much.
goodness.
Thank you. It's a hot weather. It's good for a cold one, yeah?
This is. Well, I tell you what, Sultry Sara, could you please enlighten Wise 100 Doors as to what it is that you have crafted for him today here on What's the Business? On our
Because
special Labor Day weekend episode.
Because I know you don't drink or partake in the alcohol, I made a virgin pina colada, which is perfect for the end of the summer. You know, after Labor Day, they say you can't wear white. Well, I don't think you should really drink pina coladas after Labor Day either.
Okay.
So you can add a beverage of choice, coconut rum, any kind of rum. This is virgin for you. Pineapple juice, coconut water to keep hydrated, which is also good if you add a little alcohol to it, if you know what I mean.
Gotta keep the hydration going.
And a little bit of coconut milk, because it actually gives that texture of the coconut and the whole thing in a pina colada that's not frozen. You can just add it over ice.
Wow.
Very nice, very nice. What do you think, sir?
Oh, man, this is good.
It's refreshing, right?
This is really good.
Yeah.
Really good.
Excellent. And of course, like Sultry Sara said, out of respect for our featured musical guest here on today's episode of What's the Business, and his choice not to partake in alcohol in his lifestyle. We decided to make some virgin beverages, but as Sultry Sara said, you can easily take her mixture, which I'm sure she'll probably tweet out later.
Yes.
Can we get you to tweet out the recipe for this later?
I will.
Okay, and let them know where they can follow you on Twitter, please.
It is twitter.com/Sultry Sara STROM.
There you go.
I had to think about that for a second.
Yeah,
It's been a while.
Tweet, tweet. You can get the recipe for this, and of course, those of you who want to, add your adult beverage of choice, should you so desire. Cheers, sir.
Oh, yeah, man, thanks.
Sultry Sara is going to be joining us a little later in the program once again, ladies and gentlemen. But for now, once again, a big hand for our on-set celebrity mixologist and her creation for Wise 100 Doors.
And a big hand for Wise.
Thank you.
Now, let's get back into what's the business, sir. So, performance-wise, as I said before we brought out this lovely lady and this tasty, tasty summery beverage, where did you first perform? Besides, I know that the OG original Sharky's Manhattan Beach, like you said, opened some doors for you back then, but where else since then have you broadened your performance horizons to in and around the South Bay? Because I know you love to gig all over the South Bay, because we all love the South Bay. Any day is a great day in the South Bay. That's what I say. Hey, hey, hey. I don't play.
Gigging around the South Bay is a lot of work. It's
Really?
Yeah. But
Talk about it.
I think one of my favorite places to gig is Terranea Resort. You know,
Really?
up in Nelson's.
Up in Palos
In
Verdes.
summer, yeah.
Up there on the hill.
Yeah, and Patrick Malloy's
Okay.
on Sundays. And back then we had Boogaloos. Back then when Boogaloo used to be there.
Oh, shout out to Boogaloo, man.
Shout out
Rest
to
in
Boogaloo,
peace.
man. R.I.P.
I miss Boogaloo.
That was one. That was one hell of a spot on Sundays. huh?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Countless times I can remember seeing you perform
Wow.
on Sundays at Boogaloo.
Yeah, I've met so
Man.
many people through that, event.
And what is your favorite place that you have ever performed? Can I ask?
Well, South Bay is beautiful. California is beautiful.
But you travel a lot to
I do.
perform these days as well.
I
So
do. Beautiful.
I know you've got a big residency coming up for the winter, right? You're going to be you and your amazing dog.
We'll see. It's in the works. I should know by the end of September.
All right.
Yeah.
We're just hinting at it right now, ladies and gentlemen.
right
He
on,
might
right
be
on.
somewhere a lot colder than
Right.
Southern California. Let's just put it that way.
It's beautiful cold. It's not East Coast cold. East Coast is wet cold. It's like
Right.
so cold. But
Absolutely. It's not so cold. It's just so
not
cold.
No.
Got you.
Yeah.
And I know you travel to Vermont sometimes
Yeah.
to perform.
Yeah. I
Right? You
haven't
travel
been
to
there in a
Colorado
minute.
sometimes
Yeah.
to perform.
Yeah.
Right. So you're all over the place.
I do what I can, and traveling is one of the perks that come with music. It takes you where you need to be, where you have to go. The music does that for you, for me especially.
Well,
I
speaking
think
of
one of my favorites is I would say Terranea.
okay.
Yeah, but in California.
Right, exactly.
In Colorado is like.
I know you got an affinity for Colorado, man.
Shout
I
out
know
to my Colorado
is
peeps,
deep
you
in your
know.
heart, man. I know that.
Yeah.
You got a song called Steamboat Springs, fantastic song.
For that little town over there.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a special song for me,
Absolutely.
especially because Steamboat Springs is one of cool places.
Well, you and I have been fortunate to do a lot of things, and I'm so happy to have you on today on this Labor Day weekend special episode of What's the Business, as we are celebrating making it halfway through the first season of this show. We're already 8 episodes in. This is we're graced to have you here on number 9, but I can't not mention a couple other things that we've done in the past before. I've been able to get on stage with you once or twice, which has always been fun, in and around places here in the South Bay. Get to hop on stage and sing a little something with Wise 100 Doors. You get to perform with such an amazing talent, a star like this, then it's always humbling for sure. But we also have been able to travel a little bit and bring the power of music, the healing power and the positivity of music to some dark places. And I don't know if you want to touch on that real quick, but we were actually able to go with a couple other gentlemen all the way out to the nation's largest maximum security facility still in operation here in the United States of America, which is Angola. And they call it Angola. And it's a maximum security penitentiary way in rural Louisiana. I'm talking about the road ends at the gates, ladies and gentlemen. And this man fought hard and long through every channel that it took, all kinds of state people, officials, everything. Finally got the green light to have the doors there opened for him to bring the positive power of his amazing music to some of the most hardened criminals in this entire country. Not only did we shoot video footage all the way as we road tripped from California to rural Louisiana and back, but also recorded an amazing audio recording of his performance for all of the inmates there at Louisiana State Penitentiary, aka Angola. Touch on that just for a second, man, because I know that was something you worked long and hard on, and then, once it was a reality, I was fortunate enough just to be there behind the camera lens and able to record some things and capture some of that. But I saw firsthand what that did for you as an individual, as a musician, and just as a man and a human being in general. Let these people know, man, what's the business with bringing the power of positive music to some of the darkest parts of this country? What's the business?
Yeah, man, that was a great experience we had. Yeah, it's a good trip, amazing. It was a life-changing trip too, for me especially. I've never been inside a maximum prison that big with a lot of hot knocks criminals. But when you go in there, their lifestyle there is so different, so you don't see them as criminals anymore. I think, in my view, my opinion, they're just like brothers, that got lost in translation. I think got lost in just a little bit of their childhood upbringing, and then they just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time, and they ended up there. So no difference than me. So it was good to take the music in there and share it with them. It was a hell of an experience.
Absolutely.
As soon as you walk in that gates, just hell of an experience.
Absolutely.
You know that, man. It's like,
I know.
It was
unlike anything else.
You can't really explain those trips. That's
I don't think anybody but the four of us that were in that van that went all the way across the country and back and
the trip
can
is
really
like,
fully understand the magnitude of an experience like that. To go in somewhere you perceive to be so dangerous and yet made to feel so welcome and so safe by some of the most dangerous people in the entire nation. Yeah, and the way they embraced your music,
it's amazing.
And the way they embraced your art was just such a powerful thing. And the fact that so many of them just wanted to shake our hands and just hug us afterwards when he was done performing was just absolutely mind-blowing. I mean, we're talking murderers and killers and rapists and drug dealers and, just some of the most dangerous cats ever, ladies and gentlemen. And these guys wanted to come up and hug this man when he was done playing music for them, wanted to hug the rest of us who came just because we were part of that trip and part of bringing that positivity to their dark world, even just for a short amount of time. It was amazing. Now,
it was kind of nervous I was nervous when they came up and hugged us.
Yeah, we didn't know, because you hug, you don't want to say like, hey man, back up. You don't want to offend them, but at the same time, you might hug, and then you might just get a little.
There was only one. It was all guard. Good, though. One guard there. For the whole.
One guard for all of us.
And they were nice, man. I mean, it's cool to. It's a humbling experience to go see that, do that, and they're people can change. I think.
Absolutely.
And. Sometimes it's take that kind of, facility to change some people that are very hard. And,
absolutely.
We definitely take things a lot for granted out here.
Well, let's not take for granted the fact that we have this amazing artist in the house today, ladies and gentlemen. Before we wrap things up with our musical guest on today's episode, this special Labor Day weekend episode of What's the Business, where can they find you around town playing this Labor Day weekend around the South Bay? Where are you going to be at? What's the business?
I will be tomorrow I'll be at Patrick Malloy's, but I won't be playing. I'll be on
playing Saturday or Sunday?
Saturday.
Saturday?
Terranea Resort.
All right, so today, ladies and gentlemen, Saturday, you can find Wise 100 Doors up at Terranea Resort at Nelson's.
Nelson's, yes.
At Nelson's. Fantastic cliffside venue. Sunday? Any gigs Sunday?
No Sunday, no Monday.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I do want to thank our esteemed musical guest on today's episode. And of course, you can find him online at www.wise, that's W-I-S-E, wise100doors.com, twitter.com/wise100doors, instagram.com/wise100doors. Any other sites that I'm leaving out? I don't want to leave anything out here.
Man, that's probably Facebook, yeah, Facebook page.
Facebook.com/wise100doors.
Wise 100 Doors, yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Check this man out online. But speaking of online, we are going to throw it over now to his brand new music video, ladies and gentlemen, because we shoot every episode of What's the Business live right here at Studio 637 in the heart of beautiful Hermosa Beach, California. This man's anthem dedicated to this very city. It's called Welcome to Hermosa. Please, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy the brand new music video from Wise 100 Doors, Welcome to Hermosa, exclusively for you, the viewers, right here on What's the Business. Check this out.
Summertime in California, Hermosa Beach is a place to be. Take a stroll down the Strand with me. You'll be amazed what your eyes will see. Beach volleyball with your friends today. Hearties in bikinis, sweating away. Soaking up the sun, it's a beautiful day. Living the beach life day to day, yeah. Welcome to Hermosa, the best little beach in California, yeah. Welcome to Hermosa, the best little beach in California. Surfers on the water, catching a break, on the lookout for that perfect wave. Skaters all around, rum in the streets, Hermosa Avenue to Manhattan Beach. We got live music all year around. Sundays reggae at the Lighthouse, Friday at Malloy's, Wise is down. Chris Hanna's got the Singapore crowd, yeah. Welcome to Hermosa, the best little beach in California, yeah. Welcome to Hermosa, the best little beach in California. Oh yeah. Oh 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 oh. Oh yeah. Oh 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 oh. Trench Town band, they be rocking the house. From St. Rock to the House of Blues, Hermosa's finest is where we at. Just like Jeremy Bach in the band. If you don't know, well now you know. If you wanna dance, we've got DJs at Sharky's, Waterman's, Ocean Bar, Shores and Boogaloos not too far, yeah. Welcome to Hermosa, the best little beach in California, yeah. Welcome to Hermosa, the best little beach in California. Hermosa, Hermosa, yeah. Hermosa, Hermosa, ooh yeah. Welcome to Hermosa, the best little beach here in California, ooh yeah. Welcome to Hermosa, the best little beach, yeah, in California.
Welcome back to our special Labor Day weekend episode of What's the Business? I am your host with the most, Soul Cole. And of course, I am here in the house hanging out all day with our fantastic musical guest who you've already got to experience not only live here in the studio, but just before the break in that brand spanking new music video for his smash hit single, Welcome to Hermosa. Of course, I'm talking about the amazing Wise 100 Doors. And of course, our on-set celebrity mixologist here every episode of What's the Business, the incredible Sultry Sara. And we are sitting here hanging out because we're going to actually flash back a little bit, people. I'm so honored. I'm so blessed just to have the opportunity to be able to hang out here and do this. So please keep tuning in every Saturday, 2 p.m. Pacific. Of course, the YouTube channel is youtube.com/SOULCOLE, the number 4 SHO, Soul Cole for show, or just look for the channel title, Soul Cole. That's where you can find every new episode every Saturday afternoon. Make sure you subscribe and like all the videos. And that being said, we are halfway already. Can you guys believe it? Halfway through the first season of What's the Business. 8 episodes in, this being lucky number 9 here on Labor Day weekend. I'm hanging out with the amazing, my friend, personal friend, and musician extraordinaire, and of course, my gorgeous wife as well, and I could not be in better company. So as we just saw the brand new video for Welcome to Hermosa.
Yeah.
I know that was something that was a very special project for you. You did a fundraising campaign, and your fundraising campaign knocked it out of the park, so you got the funds that you needed, obviously, to make a killer video. Talk to us just real quick, who directed, who shot it, and what it meant for you to shoot all over this great city of Hermosa Beach for your brand new music video that we just saw, Welcome to Hermosa. What's the business, man?
That was a pretty cool project. Shout out to David and Brendan. They did most of the work. They were the guys that really brought that video to life, They definitely did a lot of hard work for that, and my hat's off to those boys. It was directed by David.
Okay.
I can't really pronounce his last name, but
David. Hard to pronounce
David,
last name.
David, yeah, man. My bad, David, if you're watching. Sorry, but he's great. He's a really amazing dude. Has a good vision. Did a great job, and we try to showcase the beautiful city of Hermosa.
I noticed you showcased a couple of beautiful assets as well. Was that directorial decision or more of a personal decision?
Well,
you don't have. You can plead the fifth if you want. It's okay.
I would. My mind, what I was thinking was totally different than what was on the video. But,
okay. You didn't have the vision of.
That was the one footage that we had that could fit in that section, but it was it was.
See, and I'm confused because I'm not really sure if your face is not showcased in a music video. Do you have to sign a release for your posterior to solely be featured? I don't know how that works. I have no idea, but it was a great video. We love it, and of course. Let them know where they can check you out on Instagram, on Twitter, on YouTube, and Facebook, all that. Once again, come on, get all the contacts out there because we want the world to be sharing with us in the amazingness that is the Wise 100 Doors experience. So throw out all the social medias, again, man, including YouTube, where they can find your fantastic new video that we just watched.
I have a lot of social media
Hit 'em.
But I can't keep track. I don't even know what to tell you.
Well, it's a good thing that I can. Because you can find him at wise100doors.com. Mm-hmm. You can find him at twitter.com/wise100doors.
Yes,
Instagram.com/wise100doors. Facebook.com/wise100doors. And of course, if you go onto YouTube, all you need to do is go into the search and type WISE100DOORS, and you will find all kinds of amazing material showcasing the talents of today's in-studio musical guest here on today's episode of What's the Business. Now, to wrap things up halfway through a season, it only seems appropriate to me, and you guys let me know what you think, to showcase a couple highlights. A couple little things. Let's take a look back because we've had some outstanding industry interviews We've had some outstanding musical guests. And of course, we have a handful of screw ups. And not to mention the one that we just endured a moment ago, but that's okay because live is live, baby, and we love it. So without further ado, let's take a look back at some highlights of some of our fantastic industry interviews. Check this out, and we'll be right back after a few of these highlights from the first half of the first season of What's the Business. Here are some industry interview highlights. I want y'all to meet my friend, Michael. What's the Business? I'm here with the owner of Dickie's Barbecue Pit. Alex,
Yeah.
what's the business? My guest today on the show is none other than Kevin Wilkerson. He runs Pub Club. I want you to introduce yourself to the world. Ladies and gentlemen, please, if you would, help me welcome Ed Mack in the building. Ed McLaughlin, what's happening?
Thanks, so cool. Appreciate it.
How are you, bro?
Doing great.
You good?
Yep.
So talk to me, man, what is the business? This is one of the best comedians that is here in the entire Los Angeles area and possibly one of the best comedians you have ever seen in your life. Give us a little background bio on Sean Leary. What's the business? So, let's throw it over right now to my main man, Sean Allen. Sean, what's the business? Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the head of Christopher Photography, my main man, Chris Hart. What's the business?
Thank you.
So, Cole,
Yeah.
you have had some really good guests on this show.
I tell you what.
Interviews, music, all of that. I'm so happy that Wise can do halfway through the season. You know, he played our engagement party.
Indeed.
He surprised you in the wonderful Botanic Garden in Rancho Palos Verdes for our anniversary.
That's right.
So fantastic. I'm so glad to be a part of this.
These
and
two
watch
these
that.
two schemed together on my wife and I's anniversary, and all of a sudden this guy just magically emerged from out of the beauty of the Botanic Gardens up there at the Crystal Palace up there on the hill in Palos Verdes. It was a truly amazing and magical experience, and they schemed it all together. I had no idea.
Sure did.
But that was some great highlights right there of some of our fantastic industry interviews. But we have also had truly, truly talented musical guests throughout the first half of this first season of What's the Business. So why don't we go ahead and take a look at some of the highlights of some of our great musical guests in this first half of the first season. Check out some of these great musical guests from the first 8 episodes of What's the Business.
Question stated, complicated, hyperstatic, tragic me.
My mind. These last 3 days feel like eternity. Why do I feel so blind?
I gotta find a way to keep my little feet on the ground and look at what's going on. I can't afford to keep pretending my troubles are gone.
California rules, Humboldt County down to San Diego Bay, trying to hear this reggae on the radio play.
What's your life for? Making me suffer in a time when everything was going right.
Well, I woke up this morning, my baby was gone. Lord, I woke up this morning, my baby was gone.
Oh, so did he say something?
You're on.
He said something? Oh, okay. No, I'm just kidding. See, that is the way to lead into our final segment of highlights, ladies and gentlemen, because we do have a lot of fun. We do have a lot of bloopers, and we do have a lot of fun outtakes and things like that, because we keep it lighthearted. We keep it fun here on the set of What's the Business here at the impeccable Studio 637. I mean, just the most outstanding production staff you could possibly imagine, ladies and gentlemen. Amazing video techs, amazing audio department as well, and of course, the entire stage crew is nothing but the ultimate in professional, but that doesn't always mean that everybody on this side of things is ultimately professional 100% of the time, because we do screw up and tend to screw with each other every once in a while. So to take us out and to end this special Labor Day weekend episode of What's the Business, here are some of our favorite outtakes, bloopers, and just general shenanigans and mishaps that go on around here. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you to Wise 100 Doors for being here on this fantastic episode. Of course, the lovely and amazing Sultry Sara here every
Don't
episode.
drink and drive this weekend.
Do not drink and drive. Have a safe, responsible, but fun-filled Labor Day weekend, and make sure to be back right here, same bat time, same bat channel, kids. I hope I don't get copyright sued over that shit. All right? We'll be here every Saturday, 2 p.m. Pacific time, youtube.com/SOULCOLE, the number 4 SHO, SoulCole for show. That is the SoulCole YouTube channel where you get fresh, hot off the presses episodes of What's the Business with SoulCole each and every Saturday. Until next week, be good, or at least be good at it. I'm SoulCole, your host, and I'm out. Peace!
Roll starting in 5, 4, 3.
How you doing, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another episode of What's the Business? I just got a cue from a production guy who's never had his fucking penis in a woman's mouth ever in his fucking life. Hey, or maybe you have. Maybe you fucked more bad bitches than I've ever seen. Yes or no? Don't be scared of me, bro. I'm right. Can we get this guy out here? Can I get him to come out here? Come here, bro. Come here. Come in front of the camera. Get out here. Get out here. Get out here.
Ass.
Get out here.
Not
Get out here, you Seth Rogen mini motherfucker. Get over here.
Cole.
I can't
Cool.
tell that story.
Cole.
Okay.
Cole.
What?
That's what y'all are drinking. Stoli.
Oh, okay. Nice.
That's good.
All right.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So here's what we're going to do. When we come back, we'll leave that part out.
Yeah.
Okay.
My eyes all froze.
Redondo Beach's own Addie Lane with her first single, You, on the Tonight Show. My bad.
Song dedicated to singing about the place you love, because the video was fantastic. Bless you. It's okay. This is the pleasure of live TV, people. If somebody in the crew sneezes, I say bless you. I'm a nice guy.
I